A group digging into government spending is focusing on Governor Mills' newly unveiled plan for the state's next biennial budget.
Governor Mills revealed his plan last week, which gave us a new look at Maine's bond debt and long-term economic outlook. Jeremy Portnoy of Open the Books joins us down live with a breakdown. And Jeremy, how much is Maine expected to spend in paying back its bonds over the next few years?
Well, Jeff, if you look at this new budget request, it shows just over $217 million in bond payments for this year and next year. So that means about $1 in every $50 that we spend out of our general fund is going to go towards paying back these bonds. So that includes about $40 million just for interest. It's a little better than usual. The past few budgets, we were looking at $50 million in interest over a 2-year span, so it is improving slightly.
But the forecast in the governor's budget doesn't actually include most of Maine's bonds, is that right?
Yeah, correct. So Maine law only requires the governor to put these general fund bonds in the budget requests. So when you hear lawmakers debating this over the next few months, that's what they're referring to. But the budget doesn't mention the other bond debt the state has. So there's money that Maine Housing borrowed to build affordable housing. There's bonds to improve state infrastructure and other buildings. And as of last summer, those bonds added another $4 billion to the total. So there's a big chunk that isn't being included here.
Well, let's talk about this. How often are bonds approved when they're put on the ballot for voters?
So if you look back at the last 20 years, we've had 47 bonds on the ballot. 45 of those got approved, so it's almost automatic, right? And in the last few years, we saw that dollar total increase. But at one point recently, we had 7 straight years where we approved $100 million in bonds every year. And those paid for some important projects, but now we're seeing the bill start to come due.
So besides the bond debt, what else did the budget tell us about the next 5 years?
So we also got a new report from the Consensus Economic Forecasting Commission. That's an independent group that meets twice a year to give some projections on Maine's economic outlook. They're saying the economic growth could decrease slightly in the state. We saw salaries increase 6% this year. They're saying that's going to go down to 4% this year, stay that way for the next 5 years. They're also predicting the population growth could slow because of some issues with housing and childcare in Maine.
Jeremy Portnoy with OpenTheBooks.com. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.